Hi everybody. Look at us on a Saturday morning. Woo! How are you doing? I need to readjust this. There we go. Hopefully the sound is okay. You can tell me if it's not. Let me pop on over here. Try and find my face and we can get started here. Let me turn this a little bit. We're having a little bit of intrusion from the morning sunlight. Beats down on us here. And as you know, usually I come live when the sun's on the other side of the house. So there I am. Hello everybody. I hope I'm grabbing, whoops. I hope I'm grabbing some of you because we're on at a different time and a different day this week. Only this week, but it's fun to shake it up. Good morning everyone as you're coming on. We'll wait for just a minute. I probably caught some of you by surprise. Maybe you're out and about getting some coffee. The dogs and I took our walk this morning. Hello, Roz. And thank you for sharing. I hope I'm not frozen on your screen because I'm frozen on my screen. You would think I had a house full of people using the internet. No, just me. Well, thank you for sharing so quickly, Roz, and thank you for your help last night in trying to identify the different fun folds. I actually did use one, sort of. I started with a fun fold that you suggested, but then I went to another site because that one didn't have any instruction. It just had a picture. I hate that. I'd rather have no site. Well, when I put things up, right? Me and all my daily posts, not really, but it's kind of like clickbait, right? Like, well, we're going to show you this fun fold, but we're not going to show you how to make it. I'm just going to get you to click on it on Pinterest. Okay, fine. I'll go somewhere else where they show me the measurements and happily tell you who they are. Hello, ladies. Yeah, okay, good. I hope it's not going to start freezing. Please, seriously. Can't be helped. Not by me, anyway. Okay, I'm not seeing all the new comments. I want to say hi to everyone. Hello, Mary Ellen. Very nice to see you. I believe you're back at home now. Probably just home to wash your clothes and get ready for another vacation somewhere. Good for you. I love it. Hello, Jill. I know. It doesn't matter that I'm washed out. I just don't want it to wash out the project, but I think we're good. You're going to like this one, Jill. It's a fun fold. Like certified fun fold. Yeah, okay. And there's Sherry. Hello, Sherry. You're so nice, Roz. I know. I hate to text you because I know that even if you're not on, you will see me text and you want to help. But I do appreciate it. We were chatting anyway. Usually don't text people at 12 o'clock their time. So for Rosalind, she might be up. Well, hello everybody. Let's get started. I am Lisa Arden coming to you live from the Stamping Zoo in a beautiful Boise, Idaho. We are only supposed to hit about 90 degrees Fahrenheit today, which after, you know, several days of plus 100 will seem like fall. It will have a feeling of fall. Not really, not to me, but you know what? I'll take it. So thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to make a fun fold today. What? Well, I was thinking that since it was the morning time, I'd be all fresh and at it, right? Let's hope. Let's hope. So, hello, Kathy. You just got home from your sister's getting your hair colored and cut. Nice. We're going to need to see a picture of that. You are gorgeous. You're gorgeous every day. But now you're especially gorgeous because your hair is all like, I get it. This is my second hair day, right? I was like, nope, we're not trying. I wear a hat anyway, usually when I walk. So sometimes I wear a big hat. I need a big hat. You know, I've had all this work done. Just taking my freckles off. And I don't really want all my freckles back. anyone on here have a dog named Charlie? Does anyone have a dog named Charlie? If you do, report to Sherry Poppin. She wants to know. Oops, looks like it may have frozen. All right, well, we better get started, don't you think? Before technology just like goes away with us. I do want to tell you a few fun things, right? So I am going to remove my beautiful face. And let's just chat for a few minutes. First of all, as you all should know, but if you don't know, I'm telling you right now, we are in the midst of celebration. Celebration is such a fun time because for every $50 in purchases, you can choose something free from the celebration flyer. You can choose things that only take a $50 purchase, and you can choose things that only take a $100 purchase. However, all things are while supplies last. Now, Celebration has given us, in addition to this flyer, they opened up additional things you can earn that are existing products, mostly from the annual catalog. They're great. There's like, I think about 10 of them. If you receive my email, you got the list, you got the picture of them. But of course, if you have any questions about that or you want me to send it to you, I'm happy to do that. But please remember, if you go out to thestampingzoo.com and after a few seconds after you're out there, a purple pop-up box will prompt you and ask you if you want to receive my emails. Please do so. It's really how I blog. I'm not a blogger. However, you will find pretty much everything you need to know about the Stamping Zoo on my emails. That's where I announce my classes first. And so if you need things written and links for classes, links for specials, links for ordering, that's where you should be. So I appreciate you so much for doing that. I also want to tell you, as part of Celebration, you have one more month to, well, less than a month, but until the end of August, to take advantage of a special that Stampin' Up! Is offering. And I would love for you to join my team, the Zoo Crew. It's a group of really fun people who just happen to like to papercraft, and they also like to receive a discount every time they shop. So the way you do that is simply to, again, if you don't even have to chat with me about it, but of course you can call me on the phone if you want to. You can email me and ask me any questions. But if you just know the routine and you know you'd like to sign up, again, just go out to thestampingzoo.com, hit join the Zoo Crew, and there will be a link at the bottom and you can start shopping. And the initial really fun purchase is that you get $125 of product for $99 plus tax, free shipping, free business supplies, a free paper pumpkin, and then in addition, until the end of August, you get all of these beautiful products you see here. You get a planner, 3 notebooks, a stamp set. It's about a $45 or $50 value. I don't remember exactly what, but very nice products. You get those thrown into the deal for free. So again, that's only until the end of August. I'd love to have you on my team. After you receive your free products, you still get to shop with a 20% discount. As long as you remain active, that 20% discount continues. You're part of my group. You get all of my online content for free, and you get me as a resource. So I just really want to offer you that because it's going to be super fun. Now, in addition to Celebration, you may not know, but I am running a Bogo Sale. So I have all of my gently used but fully usable products up on a Bogo Sale. It is in addition to Celebration, so you don't have to choose one or the other. You can just enjoy my gently used product. It has lots of life left in it, and I have lots to choose from. If you would like the link to that Facebook group, please, again, just message me. Let me know. I can post it again here on my page. And then you can just see all the pictures. And so basically, for every $1 that you spend on new product, you get the equal amount in used product in my sale for free. You just have to pay shipping or pick it up from my house. Wow. I think that's a pretty good deal. Go me. Good job. Okay, while we're talking about fun things, let me just tell you, there's something coming up next Thursday that I think you're going to watch for. Something a little bit different than our regular Thursday nights. But I'm not going to tell you much more about it than that. I will ask you, though, do you want to know what's in the black envelope? You can find out next Thursday on the 11th. Just our regular time. And it also has something to do with someone else. Suzanne Netz from Sun Stamping. And I'm sure you know her. If you know me, you know Suzanne, okay? So anyway, she's a beautiful demonstrator from Canada. And you're just going to have to wait and find out more about that next week. But I am super excited, you guys. Like, I'm dying to tell you about it, but I'm not going to. Because, you know, I'm a little mean that way. I don't know about mean, but... Well, hello, Alicia. Hello, Corinne. Yes, okay, Jill. I will definitely, after this, I will post the link to the Bogo site. Feel free. I have to let you in. It just keeps the creepers out, right? So I'll send you an invitation link, and then you can just pop in there, take a look. No pressure. It's for everyone. Okay, so, well, everyone in the United States. So today we are going to work with these guys. Look at them. They're so cute. Oh, yes, I'm mean to you, Alicia. I'm sorry. I didn't state that. But that just, you know, that's you and me, right? So I was trying to take the glare off of these cute gnomes. Right away, I'll tell you, this is my favorite. Look at him. He's just that motion of pushing up his little hat. You can see his tiny peeper. These guys are so cute. I will tell you, like, you know, we have so many cool things. I don't even know why I would complain, but if I had anything to complain about with the set, I would say the sentiments, I wish they were a little more punny, you know? And then I think, it's fine, Lisa. This is called this is a Storybook Gnomes suite in the mini catalog. Let's start with that. Let me show you where they are, because you need to know so you can order them if you haven't already, but they're very popular. In fact, I think, are they on low inventory? Does somebody know on hand? Anyway, they've been on low inventory before, and I kind of think they are, which was why they, you know, went to the top of my list. Oh, brother, Lisa. Just use the index. Let's see. Page 42 and 43 is your catalog, right? Wasn't that what I was saying? Hello, Marilyn from Vermont. How are you doing? No, Jill, you're not a creeper. Not, at least you're a creeper I can handle, so that's okay. If you are, you've kept up the facade for a long, long time. So this is the suite we're looking at today. Isn't it adorable? The whole thing. Probably my favorite new embellishments. You didn't get Corinne says she didn't get the gems. Corinne. They're my favorite. I've used so much of them, and I've given them like 2 or 3 of them away. They're so fun. So anyway, these are all of the products, right? Beautiful stamps and dies. Embellishments. This is where you'll find the puff paint. We're not going to work with that today, but it's very easy. You just need a heat tool. This really pretty ribbon, which it's not available until September now. I think that's what was on low inventory. And finally, this really cool paper. So again, page 42 and 43, you can still order the pieces and parts except for the ribbon right now. Just don't use this number, because, you know, it'll say it's not available, but really it just means you can't buy it as a complete suite because the ribbon's not available. So just use the individual numbers here, and you can get all of these pieces and parts, and then you can create with me Look at this one. He's adorable. Oh yes, I'll have to remember that color combo. So that is what we're going to work with today. And I'm just going to show you the card right now because it was super fun to make. And I've opened and closed it like 20 times. What did I call it? I don't even remember. I want to call it a pop and lock, but that's just a symptom of my age. Pop and twist fun fold, I believe is what it's called. You can make this. Jill, I know you've probably made this, but some people might say like, oh my gosh, I can't do it. No, you can do it. There's only like one little mechanism back here, and we're gonna work on this together, okay? So, or I'm gonna demonstrate it for you, and then you can make it later, and I would love it if you would post it on my page, or just tag me in it, and then I will post it on my page, because it's so cute. So then we've got a little gnome cut right from the paper. I will show you that. I left the windows closed. I don't know what he's barking at. Enough, Tango. Tango, cool it. And then this is just like a really cool way to show off all of this gorgeous paper. Look at that. And then this is also cut from the designer series paper. So it just like took me just a second. Yes. Oh, thanks, KZ. KZ says the bundle is due back the week of August 22nd. That's not as late as I thought. Oh, thanks, Deborah. I know. Isn't it fun? Pop and twist, pop and twist. And when you make it, you're going to want to open it over and over. So it's a little thicker, obviously. You could stuff it in a regular envelope. Thank you for sharing, Marilyn. You could stuff it in a regular envelope. I would kind of resist doing that and put it in just something a little bit larger, just so you don't crush all the cool work you've done. And then I did use a piece of vellum. We'll be doing that. Vellum is a great way to cause a little bit of a, I don't know, in the iPhone world we call this the portrait setting, right? Where you kind of blur the background and then you can really focus on the subject, which in this case is our little shroom house. So anyway, it stands, it's totally cute, and then of course people are probably going to have it open all the time. So let's make this cutie, and I have chosen a different color palette, right? Because you know I don't like to make the very same card with you. But these are the papers that we have to choose from, and they are so cool. Like I said, there are a couple of sheets where you can cut out the items specifically with the dies, and so they have these mushroom houses with all different colors. See if you can tell up here, these are all the colors in the designer series paper, and they've used a lot of colors. These are, well, it's a storybook theme, right? So there's lots of stories going on in the designer series paper. This is also something you can cut directly out with your dies. I think this is the one. Yeah. So you get 2 full sheets of gnomes. If you don't want to, you really don't even have to stamp and color the gnomes. But I mean, who wouldn't want to, because we love coloring. But this also gives you lots of different ideas of how to color them, color schemes if you don't quite know. It shows you like what piece is pants or a skirt and what piece might be an apron. So this is a great like starting point for all of that. And yeah, then this is like how the toadstools are. So just goes right there, super easy. And then you have all of these, and you haven't colored or stamped a thing. And then finally, this is the ribbon. I do like the ribbon. Roz, you just said it wasn't as stiff as you thought. Let's take a look at it. It's a white, probably cotton ribbon with a blue ribbon, balmy blue, directly on top of it. So it's a little thick. See if you can see it's stitched onto each other, right? So it's very textural and pretty there. I think I have a pretty good picture of it there. And I tied it in a bow. I here's how, let me cut this bow off because I kind of like it. And then I'll show you how I had success tying this ribbon and getting it to have the blue on all sides. This was a little trick of how to tie a bow that I learned from someone you might know, Martha Stewart. In my early days, probably along with a lot of you crafters, I was obsessed with Martha Stewart, and this was before her show got dumbed down, for lack of a better term. This was when her show was just like her at her house, and she was making stuff that you never thought you could make. Then you tried. Okay, so for this kind of ribbon, this is the bow I like to tie. Get 2 loops here. See how it kind of looks like a curvy M? Yeah, so just get 2 loops there together, and then you twist and tie the 2 loops. Let's hope it doesn't look like a mess. It initially kind of looks like a mess, but then you can play with the loops and see. Then I don't know why, but that works, and it gives you the ribbon is faced forward. Because otherwise, if you tie it like this, like with 1 loop and then this around, even if I kind of twist it, I have to twist it a lot of times to get the middle to work. Otherwise, you have this kind of a situation. Okay, so again, you do 2 loops, and they have to be a little bit bigger because you're going to tie them together. Okay, and then you do the first part of a regular bow, and then just, whoops, just tie them together. Okay, and then you can start playing with it, and that's a big mess, but then you can start playing with it. Okay, I hope that's helpful. So anyway, I do like the ribbon. It's really cool. It's different, and it's not overly Christmassy, but it will be once you put all the Storybook Gnomes together if you want to. Bunny ears, yeah, do 2 bunny ears and tie them together. Okay, my friends, so I see a lot of you have shared already, and when you share, I will tell you, you help me so much. You help the small Stamping Zoo grow, because you are offering to share me with your friends, which is very nice, because then your friends come on and they're like, hey, I didn't know about this lady. I think we're going to watch her. So when you share, I do like to give you a small thank you. And I have a drawing every week for some sort of a product. It might be pulled from my stash. It might be pulled from my treasure chest of new things, or pulled from my treasure chest of gently used things. But I give something away. And so I will be giving something away after this video. It'll be a separate video. And so just want you to know that. All right. So again, I hope we have good internet connection. Let's go through these pieces and parts. Now, I just wrote on the back of the pieces. So take a screenshot or come back to this video and make sure you just watch. Let's see. I mean, make sure you just watch. Just watch, you know. Make sure you get your measurements that way is what I was going to try and tell you. And I will go through these different pieces right now. We are gonna focus on a Poppy Parade card with Calypso coral accents. Okay, so you need a regular card base, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. That is a portrait facing card base. Okay, then you need, this is going to be this piece. So this 4-paneled piece is, let me make sure I get that. I think it's 10. Yeah, it's 10. Here. 10 by 3 1/2. Okay. You score at 2 1/2, 5, and 7 1/2. Okay. So I hope, again, I'm doing my best to not get glare on that. 2 1/2, 5, 7.5. So then you have these 4 panels. Okay, that I will tell you right now, it looks like I didn't trim this paper. No, it's 10. Okay. It just like plays tricks with me. 2.5, yes. 5, yes. 7.5. Oh, I was off slightly. Let's see. See, I didn't think that looked right. Well, we're gonna have an extra score, but that's all right. If you get this card, don't look too closely. Okay, and then next piece is gonna be the mechanism piece. And I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do with this. I want you to watch me do part of it. So this is the mechanism piece. So it's the piece that's back behind here. That's making, yeah, it's like this piece with the folds in it, okay? So this piece is 8 inches by 3.25. Let me write that. 8 by 3.25. Scored at 1 3/4, the long way. And then we're going to do this part together. So on either side of it, we're going to mark it. I'm trying to decide, do I want to bring in my scoreboard for you? No, I think we're fine. We're going to do it at 2.5, 2 1/4, I'm sorry, and 5 3/4. But let me make sure this is on the camera. 1 minute. Okay, so 2 1/4 and 5 3/4. I think I can do it from the top here. First of all, I'm left-handed, you know that. So it looks kind of weird, right? Oh, shoot. No, I'm gonna have to do it from the bottom. Sorry. Okay, I think, there we go. So at 2 1/4, I'm gonna bring in, make sure it's your scoring blade. Okay, and I'm gonna do a little this and a little that. So you just have, let's see here. It's hard to show that. So I'm only putting pressure on it at the ends. Okay, so there, and then bringing it up here, and I'm coming back in. And then at 5 3/4, I'm going to do the same thing. This and that. Does that make sense? Give me some thumbs up if that makes sense. Or if you want me to show it again, then you just have to say, show that again. That's weird. So again, you can do all of this on your scoreboard. You can do all of this on your paper trimmer, whatever you choose. I tend to be lazy, let's be honest. So then, you probably can't see it, but then there's 4 little marks right here, okay? And if they're a little longer than you think they should be, it's fine. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna place this mark on the bottom and this mark on the top, okay? And then again, scoring blade only. You're going to make a diagonal score, okay? Really get it in there. And then same thing this way. Okay, now I know you can't see those marks, but I can see the marks. And if you can't see them when you're making it, just feel for them, okay? So you're not doing it, yes, when I did the initial marks, Corinne, you could have like marked them with a pencil and you would have gotten the same thing. Again, I was just being lazy because I wanted to know where the 2.5 or the 2 1/4 and the 5 3/4 marks are. So these are at 2 1/4 and 5 3/4, right? 5 3/4, 2 1/4, and then you're going to score between those points diagonally. So you have 1 score down the middle, at 1 3/4, and then you have 2 scores right here bringing together those points. Kind of looks like an X in the middle with one long line. Okay, so that's the magic, if you will, of this card. And then you have all of the Poppy Parade pieces that we're going to use. Then you're just going to want some different pieces to decorate, right? So you're going to want, let me try and show you in the largest order, 2 background pieces that are 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and that is for this. Oh, I maybe want 3. Let's do 3. 3 of them. 3 mats. I have some more Poppy Parade back here. I think. What? I guess not. I pulled one sheet and it cut it up, didn't I? Okay. Calypso coral. Calypso coral. I'm sorry. We're going to have 3 panels of 4 by 5 1/4. Now see, once we get through these measurements, the card goes together pretty quickly because I've pre-cut everything. But I don't really think it's very helpful for me to just put the card together and not show you all these measurements. Let's say 3. That's why it's so nice to have one made, then you can just like refer to it. 3 at 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. And then, thank you, Kathy. Then you're going to want 2 pieces of designer series paper of your choice. 3 3/4 by 5. We're going to actually use the mushroom sides, right? Because we're kind of focusing on the Poppy Parade. And then you're going to want 1 panel of white that's 3 3/4 by 5, or whatever you would like to write your sentiment on. The 3 3/4 by 5 piece is this piece right here. Okay, and then here's another one of your designer series papers, and then finally you're going to want one for the front. And then the little pieces that are inside, I used 2 pieces of designer series paper that are 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then I used 2 panels of white. Now in this case, I am using basic white thick. Hello, Betty from Oregon. Very nice to see you, and thank you so much for sharing right off the bat. Now I've cut 3 because I'm going to stamp on them. If you wanted to make this like quicker, you know, like truly a no stamp card, just cut 4 panels of any of the papers, 2 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then when you open it, you'll just have like this beautiful display of papers. Totally fine. But I have chosen, of course, we want to stamp the gnomes because they're so adorable. Okay, so those are our pieces and parts, and I'll kind of mention them again as we put them together, but just know that you can rewatch this video. I'm going to leave it here on replay for you, and help yourself. Okay, so let's see how tall. I'm feeling like I can't stamp this inside. Oh, maybe I can. It takes up most of the paper though. I kind of like the little gnome peeking. And then that way, if you have any partial paper that you've cut, you know, like I cut it straight for backgrounds, and then I was like, oh no, I cut through gnomes. Well, don't waste the partial Pete's. It's okay. It looks like he's just peeking in when really he got sliced because I was making these little squares. Okay, so just always remember you can just use a partial gnome. Partial gnome is fine. Okay, so I'm going to cut out this little guy, and he's going to be on the inside of our paper. And I say guy, but it could be this little girl. I don't know. Boys have long hair now, and these gnomes aren't really meant to focus on whether they're boys or girls. They're just gnomes. So I will probably interchange that. Okay, see, like this one, totally I'm going to cut that one out too and then use it on a card. So I like this one for this card because he has a lot of Poppy Parade in the form of his hat. So that's what I like. Because this card's kind of focusing on those brights. So how's everyone doing today? Oh, you used a part. Oh, you've used a parcel shroom. See, same thing. Yes, and there. Look how easy that is, and it's so beautiful. Man, the artisans that do this, I swear, I bow down to you. Okay, let me cut this out, and then I'm going to show you all of the dies because they really are quite something. If you've followed me for a while, you know that last year in the holidays, I offered a card kit that was punch art gnomes, and it was super fun. And I always want to encourage you to, you know, make your own punch art. I think it's really good to, it's just good for your brain, to work your brain that way. But for gnomes right now, you don't have to make punch art because it's just so perfect. They've given us all these dies. And so, of course, you can cut out the 3 gnomes that you're going to stamp or get from the paper. Okay, no, 4. Yeah, 4 gnomes. Like I said, the 4 gnomes. Okay, you can cut out all of those, or you can make your own. And there's his beard and nose. And the body, if we have time, we'll make it, but I don't think we're going to have time because there's lots of pieces and parts, right? But anyway, you get the gist. So there's lots of cool things you can do with the gnome as it is, and then this is the hat. Okay, so it's just like that. Super cute. You guys, tell me what this is. Is this an eye? I don't know. That's so small, but whatever. I guess because we don't have a punch right now that's like an 1/18 of an inch, but I haven't used it yet. But it would be great for threading twine as well. So on another project, if you want to thread twine through something and you want like a really precise hole for it, then use that. Don't lose it. That's the first thing I saw. That's the first thing I thought when I saw it, was like, oh God, don't lose that. Okay, then you get a little bit of grass, a couple of shrooms, which again, if we have time, we'll add to this card. A couple of, I believe these are the noses, I think. And, yep, then I think we're good. So this is a really cool set. Like I said, back to my original point. This is a cool set. Top of that to make a tag. Yeah, I think so. And then again, so like this is what your gnome is gonna look like. I should just die cut him instead of like arranging the die cuts. That takes just as long. Look at that. Oh, he's so cute. And he's a little bit taller. Tall is probably a relative term in the gnome world, but he's a little bit taller than your stamped gnomes. So that gives you, again, just like options. Okay, so super cute Stampin' Up. Thank you so much. And let's see here. Okay, so Saturday morning for most of you. I don't see Leslie, and I don't know what time it is in Australia. So Leslie, if you're coming on replay, hello. If you are on YouTube, hello, and thank you for watching. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel if you are enjoying yourself, because that helps me to grow over on YouTube. And once I have 1,000 subscribers over there, I'm happy to go live simultaneously. So if you would like to receive these via YouTube but live, then hitting that subscribe button helps me get there. I think I'm at about 480. Yeah. So we'll get there. All right, so let's take this middle piece. You know you have to have a bone folder when you are making a fun fold, right? Because you just have to. It makes these folds nice and crisp. It really breaks down the fibers in the folds and allows you to have like sharp folds. Okay, now this thing, let's see, it kind of goes like this. Let's see. Have I forgotten? No. Okay, there we go. So the insides, you've got some mountain and valley fold situations going on here. Okay. Oh, that looks a little. Okay. And then how you get it again to lay flat is you just take your bone folder. Kind of looks like the legs of a transformer. That's what I was trying to think of. I'm slightly off over here, but it's okay. This is one that's just a little bit forgiving. Okay, so this is the mechanism. I know, it's kind of funky, right? And that might actually even be backwards, but once you get it put in place, then you're good to go. This is what we need it to do. And I don't really want to see those measurements, but once I get it put together, I will erase if I need to, okay? So there's that piece. Then you have this piece, right, that gets folded into 4 equal pieces. If you scored properly, or if you didn't, then give it a second try. There we go. And then I like to just kind of score both sides of those at the same time. And then you're going to have this W situation, right? Perfect. Oh, I also want to tell you, I am using a blog post from a lady named Terry. Well, her company's name is Terry's Stampin' Magic. She's a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the UK. And Terry Pocock. I don't know. But Terry Stampin' Magic. So thank you, Terry Stampin' Magic. It is truly magic. It was she had very good methodical video, and so I want to give her props. Okay, so let's see. We have a little bit of stamping to do, right? Let me get back to that. So now that we kind of have the pieces and parts burnished and ready for assembly, I want to tell you, these are 2 1/4 by 3 1/4, right? I used Whisper White Thick. I don't normally stamp in color on Whisper White Thick. You know that because I always make a point of telling you. However, again, this was a tip I saw. Now, I wish I could remember who said this, or maybe I've just seen it so many times that I can't remember who gave me this tip, but I really liked it, and it was, when you have fine lined drawings that you're going to stamp and color with blends, it's kind of nice to stamp and color these on the thick paper because they don't blend outside of the lines so much. And it is true, it did work. So I, finally remembered that trick and tried it with these guys. And I think they ended up staying within the lines really well. So probably the paper absorbs it more going down instead of, blooming out into the paper. So please give that a try next time. Tell me how it works for you. Or if you have any other tricks, you can always tell me. Believe me, I'm always in the market for tips and tricks. I've been doing this for 30 years, and I learn a new tip and trick probably every week. At least one. Okay, so I think we're going to do the other 2 gnomes. These are actually probably, well, no, can I choose a favorite? Do you guys have a favorite? Let me know. I was going to say this guy is my favorite, I think. But then I love this one's hair. I love this lantern. I love that this guy is just kind of versatile, hanging out. So, I don't know. I don't have a favorite. I guess that's a good sign. That's a good sign of a stamp set when you can't choose a favorite. Hello, Ethel. Ethel's sneaking in late. That's okay, Ethel. There's no late in terms of a live because I'm going to record it for you. It's okay. I noticed you shared, though. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. This is a red rubber cling stamp set. Kind of like that. Okay, those guys are so cute. I'm going to use Memento Black. Lots of times you'll see me stamp these kind of things in gray, but I really feel like I like the pop of black on this against this Poppy Parade. So I'm just kind of centering them. I'm not really making a scene with these guys. I'm just coloring them. Oh, they're so cute. And of course, don't forget, we have all of the natural blends. We have 10 skin tone natural blends markers. I found that they really came in handy on this one because of, I mean, you're coloring the skin of all of the gnomes. And actually, let me show you the paper. So on the full sheet of paper, look, they all have different skin tones, right? They're all different skin tones, which gave me, then I was like, well, of course I want mine to look as cute as this. So, Stampin' Up's always looking out for us, giving us good ideas. So anyway, and then I had an extra because, you know, if you stamped a long time like I have, you know that it's probably a good idea to stamp an extra. And then, of course, I'm going to put this guy over here. We might use the whole one. Who knows? And what is the sentiment? What do we want to say on this? They are all cute. I know. Hello, France. Let's do warm wishes. Because that's just like a, you know, anything. Well, let's see. What are we going to put on the front? We could make this a Christmas one because I think they're kind of wintry. Like the scenes are kind of wintry. Well, I don't know. The mushroom paper. See, now I'm overthinking this. Let's just do Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. How about that? And then on the outside, I don't know if we're going to have a sentiment. We might have no sentiment. Now, since I'm using a lot of Poppy Parade, I'm going to go ahead and use that for the sentiment. Why not? I love me some Poppy Parade. Although I'll tell you, for the summertime, you can't beat our new Sweet Sorbet. It is the perfect summer red. Oh gosh, I hope that everybody's not experiencing buffering, Kathy, but mine's pretty smooth, actually. My playback is pretty smooth, which is usually a good sign, but it happens. All right, where is that chamois run off to? Oh, it's hiding underneath the dies. I should have known that. Well, thank you very much, Betty. Betty says she's watching on Facebook, obviously, but she will also subscribe to my YouTube. Betty, I thank you for that. We might have, you know, as I get more and more time on my hands, laughing. I'm laughing as I'm saying that, but you never know. And I would love to start doing exclusive content to both channels so that you just, you know, you never know where you're going to see me. But sometimes I find it is good to just have somebody on both channels, just in case. Okay, well now I have to do a half because our sentiment is too long to have a whole gnome. So if you don't like to see carnage, look away. Oh, it's buffering. Corinne. Darn it. Well, thank you for hanging in there with me. I guess that means the replay will be fine, but let's see here. It just happens sometimes. Okay, and then I'm going to trim off his excess. Oh, I wish I could do that to myself. Just trim a little bit off the thighs. That would be very nice. Oh, he's so cute. All right, that's really sweet right off the bat. Okay, now we get to color these guys. So, let me grab my Poppy Parade blends, and I'm going to use all blends on this, okay? So, here's the other ones I was using last night, but I was focusing on the blues. So, I definitely like Pale Papaya, and then I have a bunch of skin tones out here, and Color Lifter. But I like Pale Papaya and Calypso Coral with Poppy Parade. They are like fantastic. That's like a power trio right there. Oh, so pretty. Aren't they pretty? Come on, you know they're pretty. Well, geez, Kathy, you're going to have some weather, aren't you? Yeah. Okay, so when coloring with our blends, which if you've not already, you must. You purchase them as a duo, a light and a dark combo pack. They are $9 US. They are wonderful. They're alcohol-based markers in our Stampin' Up! Colors. So there's no guessing. You can just start using them right away. We'll do a little bit of blending, but you could just as easily use watercolors, blender pens, watercolor pencils, whatever your medium is of choice. Just go ahead and use it. Okay, I think I want this one to be Poppy Parade. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm picturing him on the left. He's going to be kitty corner to the other guy. So I'm going to start, whoops, almost dropped it. I'm going to start by coloring with the light. This is the standard way I do it. You will find other demonstrators start with the dark or do a combination, whatever you like. There's not a bunch of rules. It's just color. The nice thing about the blends, of course, is that they blend together. You don't have to just blend them with the light and dark combo pack that they come with. You can blend them with all the markers will blend. You do need to remember to use either Memento, black ink like I did, or any of the classic Stampin' pads. Do not use StazOn. If you use StazOn, it most likely will ruin your markers because it'll start to bleed and bleed into your markers. Otherwise, you're good, okay? So just remember that. Let's see, why don't we give this person, this gnome, red pants and a calypso coral top. Now I'm going to switch over to the bullet point. And let's see. Are there any pants over here? Kind of. Again, refer to that page, that piece of DSP, because I know you're going to buy the DSP if you buy the stamp set. Refer to this, and this will kind of help you. Well, I don't see a lantern, but this kind of helps you to see like where their outfits kind of stop and start. Like this one's wearing an apron, and so there's like a tiny piece of pants on either side, or dress, or whatever. So anyway, I love it. So fun. Now I'm going to take the dark, and I'm going to come in and just add, it's not really even a little bit of shading, but kind of shading. Where the fabric folds, I'm going to go over the lines that the artist has already drawn for us and kind of make it look like it's, you know, shadowing itself, like it's a little bit of puffy fabric. And maybe just a little bit over there. That's all I'm going to do for that gnome. Now I want this one to have, of course they're going to have the lantern. Again, we have so many skin tones. We have 10 naturals, and you can use them for skin tones, or you can use them for anything that's going to be skin tone color, right? Animals, all sorts of nature stuff. Okay, this one, let's use this for the hands and the nose, because the lantern and the shoes I'm going to make darker. So then here's how I was coloring the noses. I just colored them all, and then I took my Stampin' Blend Color Lifter, and I give it a little mark right where the artist has given it kind of a shine mark. I just colored 2 or 3 times with my color lifter. That moves the color away from that spot and makes it look like there's a little bit of shine on that little gnome honker, right? Oh, too funny. Tango, nip it. You're fine. This is 100. This is the darkest color. I kind of like, I was using the 100 last night, but I was like, it was kind of dark. You couldn't see the image underneath. Hey, quit that. Quit it. I'm going to have all these out before the day's over. That's fine. Okay, so this is 300. I'm going to color this. Yes, if you're new to my channel, in case you haven't heard already, I have 2 dogs. I have one dog you will hardly ever hear, and I have one dog you will always hear. And so you'll always hear me talking to Tango. The Cashie's in there too. Cashie, are you doing okay? It's like kind of mother. If you could get this loudmouth to shut up, it would be great. Let's use, I want to use So Saffron. I don't want to really bring yellow into this color scheme, but I mean, he's carrying a lantern, so you gotta have something going on there. So little So Saffron, okay, and then again, I think I used, I've forgotten already, I used 300. Okay, let me use 200. Did I ever find the 200? Is 200, oh my gosh, 200 sitting over here. Well, may as well get him out. So I'm gonna use almost the darkest color on these shoes. So see, already you notice, like, oh my gosh, there's so many ways to use all of these skin tones, and a lot of it you can use on these gnomes because of their shoes, and then you don't want their shoes to be the same color as their skin or the same color as the lantern, right? Okay, adorable. Super adorable. Now I am going to bring in a little bit of pool party because, like on these, if you just color around your image with a little pool party, that does give them the perception that they're more like a little scene. I know, Kathy. They get the last word, right? How's Gracie doing? So I'm just going to color around this with no rhyme or reason. I kind of start at the image and push my ink out. I'll probably put a little color on that beard too. But yeah, I'm just like not that careful about it. I don't want to, oh, and I also need to color, this guy needs a shirt. See? All these detailed images are so fun to kind of like just play with, explore. You know what is fun to do? I'm sure you know this, but I'm going to tell you anyway, is to just color a sheet or stamp a sheet of images and then just color them all. Just sit and watch TV and color, right? Who doesn't like to do that? I know you do. This is like Calypso Coral. You can tell me and don't be embarrassed, because guess what? I do too. Then Cash wants to sit on my lap and I have to tell him, like, get down, I'm coloring. Okay, look at this. In just a few minutes here, we've made a super cute gnome. I love it. Oh, Kathy, she's pouting. I know that Gracie is quite social, so oops. The other thing is, when you're coloring with blends, don't color directly onto your project, okay? Use some grid paper. This is a piece of our grid paper folded in half. Use something that you don't care if it gets ink on it, because the blends, as they blend, they bleed through the paper. But also, as you can see, coloring on Whisper White Thick really helped to keep everything in line. I love it. Okay, now I'm going to take some direction from this paper. And how am I going to color this guy? I don't think I want to bring blue into the situation. I think I'm going to use Pale Papaya and Calypso Coral. He's going to be kind of cute, kind of different. So how many of you, by a show of the like button, because it's easy, how many of you have the gnomes, have played with the gnomes and like the gnomes? right? How many of you are actually pen to paper working with the gnomes? Now I know Roz is, because she has talked about it before. And I've seen her creations, which are, of course, stunning. This is Calypso Coral. I have the dark Calypso Coral too. Where did that run off to? Is it this one? No, that's Cajun Craze. And of course, you can go completely away from these color combinations and use anything else. Blues, greens, yellows, purples. I can't wait to make some in purple. So once you've like used the paper and then you're sick of coloring them the same concepts as the paper, just go away from the paper and make them however you like. Make them all neutrals. Maybe you have some that just like to wear neutrals, and so just do that. Super fun. Okay, let's see here. What have we got? Let's start with the dark pale papaya on this guy's hat. I feel like, yeah, there we go. He is a cutie. Now I'm also going to put this guy. So these, remember that gnomes can show up anywhere, right? So I am going to put this little guy sitting on a pumpkin. The pumpkin from the Rustic Pumpkins suite, whatever it's called. The Rustic Pumpkin stamp set maybe. But I am going to put this guy, I'm going to have him sitting on the pumpkin. Now he doesn't have a thing to do with that stamp set, but once I use him sitting on the pumpkin, you're going to be amazed at how cute he is. He's going to just look like he was meant to be there. It's a little light pale papaya there. And then I should give him some darker pants. So let's use the light Calypso Coral and see what we come up with. I don't know that he wants to be in all the same outfit. Is that beard or is that pants? Let me see. I could probably make it either, but I think it's beard. I think it's just his beard is so long. So I better just leave it. Now, one thing I did with the other beard is I took a little bit of gray granite. I took light gray granite and I added just a touch, because I find if you don't, I don't know, this just adds a lot to it, and it doesn't mean like that it's dirty, because our gnomes take care of their beards. But look at these beards. They're actually like blue, pool party, or balmy blue. And so, but you still, they don't really read as gray or as blue. They just read as a little bit of texture. And it helps your image not just be so stark white. Oh, hey, little cute guy. Look at him. I love that guy. I can tell I have a little bit of, what is this? That's dark. Let me use the light on the underside of his hat here that's causing him trouble. And then we need his shoes, right? His shoesies. Now this is our bronze marker. It's just, it's not that it's metallic, it just gives you, yet again, another color, hue of brown. It came out earlier before all the natural tones. So we have a bronze marker and an ivory marker. Yeah. Oh, see, and Corinne colored it as pants, and I think it's fine. So finally, let's use, I'm coloring these all kind of as mittens, whatever, I don't know. Sometimes I'm coloring them as hands, actually. So you just do you. There's no wrong answer. Then finally, let's choose, I want to choose a darker skin tone because his outfit is pale papaya. Wouldn't that be fun if you could just change your skin tone for the day. I would like that. I would like that very much. Because I don't wear a lot of the color taupe because I am taupe. Like, the color of me is taupe. And so when I wear taupe, I look like I'm camouflaged. So, you know, I'd like to be able to change it up. And I think that's his little face in there. Oh my God, so cute. I'm in love with him. Then I'm going to color his mouth in the 100 because I don't want it to be black, but I want, they did black on the paper, but I want it to stand out a little bit. And then finally, let's bring in our pool party. Okay, did anybody tell me? I know, Jill. It's pool party, yes. It's actually light, the light pool party. Again, you can use the dark, but this is just how I've been doing it for eons. So I'm going to keep doing it for eons. There's plenty of uses for the dark pool party and the light that don't involve this. But even though I'm not using any other blue on my card, I don't know, there's just something about you can pull in this light pool party and it makes it all good. Okay. My goodness, let me try and get rid of some of those. Some of these markers. I have all the markers because I love the markers. Okay. And if you buy them now, I mean, you're just going to get free celebration rewards. And if you buy them from me, then you can have free BOGO rewards on top of it. So don't forget about that. Okay. Now we're going to start gluing and assembling. So put down your margaritas. Pay attention. Even the Eastern time people. Well, no, I'm not judging. You can be drinking a margarita if you want. I don't care. Just don't be driving. But if you're watching me, you're probably not driving. If you are, you've got real issues. Okay, so again, this is 4 by 5 1/4. One of these is, that doesn't seem like it's 3 3/4 by 5, but we're going to go with it because it's all finished. Right? So that's going to be the bottom. Ooh. Now we need to decide what's going to be the top and then what's going to be the front. Choices. Good choices though. I really like this on the front. It's just cute. So we're going to put this, oh, isn't that fun paper? Who doesn't love mushrooms? Actually, lots of people I think don't like to eat mushrooms, but I love them. I would definitely choose a really good mushroom dish over a really good meat dish. Or a so-so meat dish. See, now look at that. Is this not adorable? Oh, and we have pool party up here too. So, see, we're going to bring some pool party into the mix. I am using seal on most of this. I will use tear and tape on the piece that moves. Okay. Oh, I might want that up just a little bit from the fold. A little bit more from the fold, Lisa. Okay. And there we go. I think the very bottom are his pants. They probably are. My guy has a really out of control beard. Every girl's crazy about a short-dressed man. You know these guys remind me of ZZ Top, right? First concert I ever went to, not because I loved them the most, just because I think somebody took me. I think I was po. I was too po to go to concerts, but somebody invited me, and so there you go. I went. Hey, you guys, I'll tell you what music I've been listening to this week. I have obviously been under a rock because I have not listened to this lady, and I bet all of you know her, but I will tell you that story right after we put a mark down the middle of this card. So annoying. Okay, so you need it though, and you can erase it. Make sure it's, you know, if you don't already, you should have a little sand and a rubber eraser. These are mono. I sell them when you get my Adhesives Essentials Kit, which is tons of our adhesives for $40. You get one of these for free, as well as an adhesive remover for free. So if you're interested in the adhesive kits, please let me know. But this is a nice pencil eraser because it's a pencil eraser over here and an ink eraser over here. So anyway, we're going to use that. We're going to, remember this is 4 1/4 long, so we're going to make a mark at 2 1/8 on the middle of this card. What? So horrible. So I like to use my straight edge. And can I even see? My God, that's small. 2 1/8. Okay. And then up here. 2 1/8. Harder to see on the designer series paper. And then I'm going to, you don't, now that I've made one, I know like where this line needs to be. Okay, where'd that line go? You only need one line if you have a straight edge, huh, Lisa? It was just kind of an insurance thing. So you really just need it like up here. Okay. All right. In fact, and leave that there though. You do need that also. Okay, so now when I'm putting this parent tape on, I'm going to tell you about the singer that is new to me, not new to probably any of you, but just in case, I want you to know. Hello, Suzette Suze. What a cute little name. Very nice to see you. Happy Saturday morning, wherever you are. And we are in the middle of making a fun fold card and just chatting. So feel free to pop in. Tell us anything you want us to know about you. How long have you been crafting? What's your favorite Stampin' Up! Color? Anything like that. All right, so the singer I've been listening to is Brandi Carlile. There's probably not a song that she can't sing. She's a, I mean, her band is called, I mean, it's Brandi Carlile, but she plays with these two really tall twin guys. They're kind of folk, they're kind of rock, they're kind of indie. They do lots of covers. She does covers of, she's the main singer. She does covers of, I've heard everything. Joni Mitchell, David Bowie, Bonnie. She did that song Total Eclipse of the Heart. I don't think I liked the original as much as listening to her. I'm not kidding. You guys, please look her up. So again, her name's Brandi Carlile. Now I'll tell you something really embarrassing. I've heard of her for years. Here's who I thought she was. I thought she was Belinda Carlisle from the Go-Go's, like from a million years ago. But somehow in my mind, I hadn't like listened to her music. I just heard her name. And then I was like, wow, good for Belinda Carlisle. Like she's still making music. And then I actually saw Brandi Carlile one time on TV and I thought, my God, she looks excellent. Well, that's because she's a different person. Belinda Carlile is beautiful, and I will say, I think they look a lot alike, to my credit, okay? However, there's probably 20 years difference in their age, so there you go. All right, back to the card for a minute. This point is going to be really helpful, okay, because you're just going to kind of lay it along this line, okay? And I don't mash it down immediately. Sorry, I think I hit my camera with my hat. So don't mash it down immediately, right? Just kind of take a look. Don't put it over the line. You want it to go up to, but not touching the line. Then you want, through the legs of this thing, you want to be able to see your mark, okay? And then finally, you just kind of eyeball it and make sure it looks even. Now once it looks like that, you can go ahead and press it down and then take the top part off. And then we're going to shut the card, and that will put it exactly where it needs to be. Okay, so just taking a look at it there, and then just shut the card. Okay, Donna, we'll see you soon. Okay, see, Kathy Strang says she loves Brandy. Exactly. Thank you, Roz. It was Bonnie Raitt. Oh my God, that song, I was dying when she was singing it. Wow, it was so good. Okay, so see, when you first kind of do this, it's a little rough, but I like this fun fold so much because it goes together like I said it's going to go together, and it just works, right? Just be careful with your scoring, but that's not unlike any stamp or any fun fold. Okay, and then you're good to go. Let's put the front on this thing. You could have done this earlier, but I was probably talking, and there's no real wrong way to assemble this. Where'd my seal go? Oh God, it almost bit my hand. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna totally fangirl crush about Brandi Carlile, that lady. And she sings with these people too. I mean, she does collaborations with people all the time. I've seen this on YouTube all week. And she is so, like, gracious to them and humble towards them and puts the spotlight on them. But then, of course, then she sings. I just saw a duet with she and Winona Judd. No, is that the daughter? Winona? The singer? Yes, it is. And it was after her mom has passed away, and she was so gracious and kind to her, and then they proceeded to sing their guts out. It was awesome. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and erase a little bit of this. Right? I should be using the other side. Works a little better. Just off of my margins. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this together. Now, when I watched this being made, they didn't do this. They didn't do it this way, but I think it's fine, however you want to do it. So again, these panels, you need 4 of them that are 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. I like having the gnomes towards the outside with the little scene on the inside. You just do you, girl. You do whatever you like. You can flip-flop them. You can do every other one. You can stamp every single square. Or, like I said, you can just use designer series paper. That's the fun part. Oh my gosh. I would not recommend putting these up on dimensionals. I will say that. Because this card's pretty voluminous as is, right? So you have a 1/4 inch mat, kind of standard. So just make sure you're kind of coming up equal with the panel next to it, and you should be good to go. Oh my gosh. Love it. Okay, so you get yourself some Brandi Carlile this week. That is your homework. Okay, let's see. Now what's this final? What's my final trick for this? This is the piece we're making, right? Okay, I remember now. My final trick is put them together like that, okay? And then you put these in the center where the score line is. Still have the score line right up here. The pencil mark, I should say. Sorry, the pencil mark. And then take your liquid glue. It's best to have your lid off before you start. But you know me, I like to do it the hard way. And we're going to glue this side. Now see how I'm doing this? I'm holding this in line with our pencil mark. And then I'm just doing the upper right hand square that's formed by the score line. Then I'm going to fold this over, and I kind of have to let go of the rest of it because you don't fold it flat. It doesn't go completely flat, right? Now, keeping that, now I'm going to do the lower left. Now, if you want to do this, if you want to glue this square and this square, totally fine. Just choose two of the squares that are opposite each other. I think that'll work. I think that works. Just stick with me and do the upper right and the lower left. Because what I think will happen is I think, now that I've said it, I think if you glue them opposite, they might twist upside down. Don't want that. Okay, now, see on this one, I have a tiny bit that wasn't scored totally properly. I'm just going to take a little nibble because I don't want to see that when I open up the front. But nobody's really going to care about the back piece, right? A little nibble. And I'm not, again, I'm watching it. I'm making it pretty narrow because I want it to just like taper off. Because you can see the back. Okay, that's good enough. Like I'm going to do it and do it and do it, and then it won't work. Okay, and then watch. The first few times you have to help it. Okay? You got to help it. Don't be too rough with it because it's going to be thick. Because that's just what it is. Oh, is it so cute? Who likes this? Can I please get some love for this card? I think it's so adorable. And it's going to be a really, it's probably not one that you're going to make 50 of. Maybe KZ will make 50 of these. But you know what? Whoever gets this card is going to feel so special and so loved. Okay, so let's finish the front. I did also have a 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece of vellum. Again, that was to kind of give us, oh, thank you. That was to kind of give us the portrait feel in the front so that the subject gets all the attention. If you don't like that look, then leave it off or use a circle or something like that. But see, it doesn't stand out unless I put the vellum here and then it stands out. See? Isn't that fun? So blends in or stands out. Okay. So now we have to decide though, like where are we going to put this thing, because yes, you can do all sorts of tricks with adhesive on vellum. You can use a sponge and all that. That requires an extra step, which I'm not going to do. So I put some seal right where I know the mushroom's going to be. Okay. And then I know it's crazy, but I think I'm going to pop this up still. Why not? And so what I want to do is I want to be able to reinforce this with a piece of white, because DSP weight is a lighter weight than just regular basic white or basic white thick. Since we had the white thick out, I'm just going to grab a scrap and I am going to die cut the regular mushroom just in white. Okay, 1 minute. I'm just off to the side using my beloved magnet plate that's still going strong. So I bought 2 magnetic plates, and one's out in the garage because, well, no, one's over here, but it did start coming apart and I just need to take it out in the garage and glue it. Okay, so now I have 1 piece from the designer series paper and 1 just plain. Yeah, Deborah, just a different look, right? Vellum, no vellum, there's no wrong answer. Okay, and then this, I'm just gonna pop it up. Okay, and then you've got like a cardstock weight mushroom. Much better when you're trying to pop it up. Let's see here. Now, I don't think I'm going to put a sentiment on the front because Merry Christmas and Happy New Year kind of says it all on the inside. But, let me see. Do I have some ribbon that I might want to use? I don't want to use this ribbon because it's balmy blue. And I have not focused on the balmy blue at all. We could use... Do you guys have any ideas of ribbon? I'm looking at our reds, of course, or looking at the white. That, oh, what about Poppy Parade sheer? Do I have that? One moment, please. I actually need to stand up and look. Man, I think I'm out of it. No, what's this? Oh, that's gold. That's Christmas. I thought it may have been Poppy Parade, but I think I'm out of the Poppy Parade. That's very possible, but I can't believe I didn't buy another pack. Odd. All right. Well then, I mean the pale papaya. I'm sorry, pale papaya. How about just a little bow out of baker's twine? Thanks, Roz. So this little bow is, I'm going to open this so you can look at the way it works. It's so cute. Okay, so this little bow is going to be in the color Sweet Sorbet, but it's not metallic and it's not huge. So I think it's going to work out just fine. But of course, you can use any things you have. Again, I'm just looking for something cutesy, not something voluminous, because this card's already kind of thick. If you have white crinkle ribbon, yeah, Betty, I kind of like that idea. I do. I'm going to go with the twine, but I like that idea. The white crinkle ribbon can be any color, and that's really brilliant, isn't it? Okay, so I am using 2 strands because while I want it to be little, I just like 2 strands. I always do. Wait, what happened? Something didn't get tied quite right. Oh, brother. What are everyone's weekend plans? This is a great way to start off my weekend. I know that. I am hoping to get some stuff done around here. I have tons of Stampin' Up! Business I want to do, which involves tons of fun. But I also want to get some stuff done in my backyard. Like I have these metal accents, like a huge flower, and then this birdhouse that is metal. And I've had them for several years. So they were metal, and then they were painted these really bright colors. So, I don't know, a while ago, a month ago. Okay, that looks icky. Let me try again. But I bought all new spray paints to paint these. Whoops. Sorry, I moved you. I bought all new spray paints to paint these metal accents out in my yard. And, well, this might be the weekend. But I also need to finish power washing. I ran out of gas the last time I was hot on it. And I am addicted to power washing. I'm addicted. I love it so much. It's so fun. So I can tell one thing that needs to be fixed right away is, speaking of being out of gas, we're almost out of gas on my iPad. So there we go. Sorry, I had to plug it in. Oops. Come on now. All right. I always forget that. Then you will start pausing. That won't be good. Okay, so anyway, I ran out of gas. I was in the middle of having fun, and I was covered in mud, sand last weekend. So I'm going to try that again. And this time I have a full gallon of gas. So I don't think we're going to run out. And I am going to power wash everything within an inch of its life. Okay, this is cute. Aw, this is better. of course, my knee is killing me today, which could put a wrench in all that situation. But, you know, sometimes you just got to carry on, right? If we waited until our bodies didn't hurt at all, we would do nothing. Corinne's working on birthday cards. Kathy's going to a stamping event. Oh, so fun. I love that. Deborah, you're working on card kits and paper pumpkins. We're all kind of like-minded, aren't we? Yeah, about what constitutes fun. Okay, so we are almost wrapped up here. Who has liked this fun fold? Who is going to try this card now that you've seen it? It doesn't have to be gnomes, but I hope, and also, have I explained it properly? Do you have any questions about this fun fold? I know you probably need the measurements again, but again, that's why we kind of went through that in extra time at the beginning. So there, my friends, are two super fun cards, and we haven't even used a lot of the dies yet, but that'll be for another time, right? That'll be for another one of our videos. And we did get to use the stamps, which are super cute. I can't see that anyone wouldn't love getting a card that looks like this. And then, of course, we have the Pop and Twist. Pop and Twist. Oh, which is your favorite color? The Pacific Point or the Poppy Parade? Or you can just call them blue and red. Which do you think? Yes, Deborah mentions, save this video. You can actually save this video to your favorites, and then you will always have it. Yes. Oh, Jill, I can't wait to see what you do. Please tag me in it. I'm so glad. If you tell me that I rocked the instructions, then hopefully it was clear, because you're kind of who I think of when I think of fun folds. I mean, you are. Jill says the blue. Yes, the blue is... This is a Poppy Parade card base with balmy blue mats, okay, in case you're wondering. And again, this one was, no, this is Pacific Point, if I said that wrong. Yeah, Pacific Point. This one is Poppy Parade with Calypso Coral mats, okay. Oh, so fun. Okay, so anyway, thank you so much for coming on here with me. It was a blast. It's nice to switch it up and do different times, isn't it? So, oh goodness, I totally forgot something that was sitting right here, because they were sitting right here. I'm going to use the fine sparkle adhesive backed gems. I used them on the blue one, but these are part of the suite, and they have 4 beautiful colors: Sweet Sorbet, Pale Papaya, Pacific Point, and Pool Party, maybe. Anyway, so they're really pretty. So anyway, have a great day. And like I said, thank you so much for sharing. It does give you a chance to win something in a drawing. And I will be coming back with you in about 15 minutes. Let me have some coffee and get the drawing set up for you. So no more than 15 minutes, okay? And then we're going to draw for a winner, and this will be from all the people that shared last week's video, okay? Thank you so much, everybody. This was so fun for me. I'm just feeling the love. I'm taking it all in, and I'm pushing it all out to you, okay? So have a great weekend. Everybody be safe and be happy, and just create something fun, okay? Thank you so much.